Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. I'm giving all praises to Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai, double honor to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the Church of the Firstborn. All right. Basically, this call this an add-on. An add-on to what this brother, the brother Hasten is coming. He did this video. Scriptures, 1 Corinthians 11:1. It says, "Be ye followers of me, even as I also am of the Hamashiach." And the brother went into the word and how the word basically meant someone that imitates. In the sense of how, we have teachers and we're supposed to imitate them, and in the righteousness, in the righteous aspect. All right. That makes me think of a scripture. That's the spirit, because the brother's 100% on point, because the scriptures is 100% on point. All right. That's why we have the 100% truth. See, now the scriptures telling us that we're supposed to be. See, Paul is telling his followers, telling his disciples, if you will, or his I shouldn't say his disciples, because they're really the disciples of Yahweh Shai through him. Basically Paul is telling his men, if you will, his understudies, to what? Be like him, do as he's doing, because he's in the right spirit, man. All right. I got a scripture. I got two scriptures I could think of real quick. This is Psalms 83. I believe it is, right? 1 second. No, not 83. Should be 73. Salakia. 1 second. All right. But the scriptures talk about, I'm going to look it up right now. Kind of getting scriptures. Well, I am getting scriptures on the fly. I just went in the spirit, brother. I watched the video and, I want to add on. I felt as though, I can, add on and Lord will edify some more, Let's go to Blue Letter. Scripture. I'm quite sure this is it. Let me see. Oh, I'm in the wrong chapter. No, I know where it's at. Should be Psalms 137. Alright, let me stop trying. I'm getting upset. Alright. $37. Alright. I was saying 73. I said 137 is 37. Psalms 37:37. Mark the perfect man and behold the upright, for the end of that man is peace. That's right. That's right, because the perfect man is the man doing the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. All right. And it says, behold the upright. I want to get that word for behold and see what it is. Oh, let's see. I mean, look upon, ra'ah. You have to see, look, inspect, perceive, consider. When you see somebody doing the right thing, like for instance, again, I like sports. So what? Like when you have a child, if you will, and you want that child to be a good basketball player, what you gonna do? You're gonna have him watch Michael Jordan's tape. You're gonna have him watch LeBron James tape. You're gonna have him, whatever. You're gonna have him inspect. The word inspect means to look inside, man. To especially with detail. It says to perceive, consider, perceive, have vision, to look at, regard, look after, see after. And that's the same thing with us, man. We see that the apostles, obviously they did something right to stay in the truth this long. So guess what? We want to do what they was doing so we can endure to the end, Because if we endure as long as they endure, that means we get into the kingdom, because we ain't going to be here another 25, 30 years, man. So we take our time out to, do the right thing, man. The scripture says, "Give diligence to make thy calling and election sure," and that's ultimately what we're inspecting on, what we're looking at, the diligence aspect of it. All right. So I'm gonna read the scripture again. You know, this is Psalms 37 and 37. It says, mark. Let's get see, the word mark is shamar. The word shamar means to watch or to keep. All right. Observe, give heed. You know, guard. See, when you guard something, you constantly on the watch. You know, to keep. See, to watch. The word shamar means to keep. You know, when you keep it, like you have a housekeeper, which that's what we are. We're housekeepers. You know, Yahushua left us the keys. You know, he left the apostles the keys, the elders the keys. You know, and hey, look, they're passing the keys on, man. You know. Spiritual too, because Peter was the head disciple when he said he represented the keys. Shit, I didn't mean that. All right, but yeah, Khan. Now, let me go back. I want to go back to that scripture again. You know, I didn't plan this. You know, I didn't plan to do anything like this. I just wanted to go in the spirit. You know, this is we'll read it again. Mark, meaning watch the perfect man. Now, this word perfect. Now, this is the same word for Jacob, thumb. When they said Jacob was a plain man, wholesome, one who lacks nothing in physical strength, beauty, etc. But we ain't talking physical, all right? We talking, you know, spirituals within the scriptures, man. All right, no one can, man. Face it, man. Face it, no one is on the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone level when it comes to this knowledge, man. When it comes to these scriptures, the Bible. All right? I want to get another scripture. This is Matthew chapter 10. Matthew chapter 10, verse 40. See, this is for all you scoffers, man, because you obviously don't believe in the scriptures, man. It says, he that receiveth you receiveth me. See, he's talking to his disciples. He's talking to the other men. You know, so you can follow men as long as you see that they're, you know, doing the right things. The apostles and elders are diligent, man. Nobody's saying that they don't go off. You know, nobody's saying that they're perfect in the law, but in faith they're so far so good, man. You know, and that's what you know, that's the new law, if you will, the law of faith. Continuing on, it says, he that receiveth you receiveth me, and he that receiveth me receiveth him that sent me. See, when we receive the apostles, because in their works, mostly it's in their works, because what? It's the works goes with the faith, showing that they have faith through their works. So when we follow in that, look, we're actually receiving Yahushua, because Yahushua commanded those men to do what they were supposed to do. And the same thing, when you got heads of brothers in camps that doing the right thing amongst the camp. Hey, man, there's brothers in my camp, man, I look up to straight up and down. Like, man, that brother, he be on point. I imitate or emulate, if I'm using the right word, like, yo, this brother, he be getting down. He be doing this, that, and the third, man. You know? And I'm like, well, no, I need to get on. Let me do that. You know? So it's not just the apostles and the elders, it's any man that's showing forth diligence towards this work. You know, and in sincerity though. You know? Now that's it on that. Now I want to get this word, because when the brother made the video, I thought of this word. Oh no, sorry. I'm jumping the gun. Let me go back. The word apprentice. See? Because that's what we are, man. When you are a plumber, right? You inspired to be a plumber. What do? You get with another plumber and you mimic what he does. Anybody that's ever been in a leadership role and has been successful in it, anybody that comes up under you, you tell them, yo, you do what I do. All right? A good example I like to use is the wolf in the movie Pulp Fiction. Remember you said the wolf? Because remember the wolf, he said, nobody does nothing until I tell him to do it. You do what, he basically told him, you do what I do. You know?
You sending the wolf?
You feel better, motherfucker?
Shit, Negro. That's all you had to say.
You're Jimmy, right? This is your house?
Sure is.
I'm Winston Wolfe. I solve problems.
Good, we got one.
So I heard. May I come in?
Yeah, please do.
You must be Jules, which would make you Vincent. Let's get down to brass tacks, gentlemen. If I was informed correctly, the clock is ticking. Is that right, Jimmy?
100%.
Your wife, Bonnie, comes home at 9:30 in the a.m. Is that correct?
Uh-huh.
I was led to believe if she comes home and finds us here, she wouldn't appreciate none too much.
You wanted that.
All right, that gives us 40 minutes to get the fuck out of Dodge. Which, if you do what I say, when I say it, should be plenty. Now, you got a corpse in a car, minus a head in a garage. Take me to it.
Here you go, Mr. Wolf.
Okay, first thing, you two. Take the body, stick it in the trunk. Now, Jimmy, this looks to be a pretty domesticated house. That would lead me to believe that in the garage, you're under the sink, you got a bunch of cleaners and cleansers and shit like that?
Yeah, Mr. Wolf, under the sink.
Good. What I need you two fellas to do is take those cleaning products and clean the inside of the car. I'm talking fast, fast, fast. You need to go in the back seat, scoop up all those little pieces of brain and skull. Get it out of there. Wipe down the upholstery. Now, when it comes to upholstery, you don't need to be spick and span. You don't need to eat off it. Just give it a good once-over. What you need to take care of are the really messy parts. The pools of blood that I've collected, you got to soak that shit up. Now, Jimmy, we need to raid your linen closet. I need blankets, I need comforters, I need quilts, I need bedspreads. The thicker the better, the darker the better. No whites. Can't use them. We need to camouflage the interior of the car. We're going to line the front seat and the back seat and the floorboards with quilts and blankets. So if a cop stops us and starts sticking his big snout in the car, the subterfuge won't last. But at a glance, the car will appear to be normal. Jimmy, lead the way. Boys, get to work.
Please would be nice.
Come again?
I said a please would be nice.
Get it straight, Buster. I'm not here to say please. I'm here to tell you what to do. And if self-preservation is an instinct you possess, you better fucking do it and do it quick. I'm here to help. If my help's not appreciated, lots of luck, gentlemen.
No, Mr. Wolf. It ain't like that. Your help is definitely appreciated.
Mr. Wolf, listen, I don't mean disrespect, okay? I respect you. I just don't like people barking orders at me, that's all.
If I'm curt with you, it's because time is a factor. I think fast, I talk fast, and I need you guys to act fast if you want to get out of this. So, pretty please, with sugar on top, clean the fucking car.
So the word apprentice here in edomonline.com, it says someone learning. And that's us, man. Look, it says also an adjective, unskilled, inexperienced, to learn, to teach. And that's what we are. Face it, man. Face it. That's what we are. We're unlearned. You know, we're becoming more learned, you know, as we go on, you know. However, we're looking to men that are well learned, that are on that, you know, that the masters, man. The scripture says, servants being subject to your masters. The word subject means be sub, meaning under, injection meaning rule. We're under the rule of masters, man. We had top teachers, you know, lordship, if you will. You know, niggas ain't gonna like that, man. Yo, man, and then the apostles will be going on. They call themselves lords. The word lord and master is the same thing. The word rabbi is the same thing. It's master. All right? I wish they would call themselves lords. I want you niggas to get pissed off. The lords. That'd be so beautiful, man. You know, I want you niggas to get upset, man. You know? I want you niggas pissed off, man. You know? But it goes into the word apprehend. I'm going to just read this as the grasping the sense of or mind. See, we taking heed. Teach, learn, grasp, acquire. You know, take hold of. You know, that reminded me of this scripture. Because at the end of the day, we're not necessarily taking hold of their actions in, you know, maybe not so much in mannerisms or, you know, lifestyle, things of that nature. We different. We different in that angle, but we take hold on that wisdom, on that knowledge and the understanding that they have, you know. And anybody, again, it's not just to the apostles, and it's brothers in other camps. The brother who video I got this from, man. That brother, that brother, you could tell that brother got a lot of faith, man. He just jump out and do stuff, man. And I admire stuff like that, man. There's other brothers too. Brothers ain't gotta have their name shouted out all the time, but there's other brothers. They know who they are, man. The brothers that are mad diligent, that are not the elders and apostles, man. Brothers that are inspirational, man, because they diligent and they bringing forth more and more fruit, man. This is a Sirach. So it's not. Y'all just see the scoffers are just mad at the apostles because they're the top guys. That's why they jealous. I love the scripture right here. It says, this is Sirach chapter 6 verse 33. I'm gonna start verse 36 is the point. It says, if thou love to hear, thou wilt receive understanding, and if thou wilt bow thine ear, thou shalt be wise. See, we supposed to bow our ear, man. Being subject, it says, stand in the multitude of the elders and cleave unto him that is wise. Be willing to hear every godly discourse, right? See, that's why we into the videos, always watching the live stream, breaking bread with Akim. That's godly discourse, man. It says, be willing to hear every godly discourse, and let not the parables of understanding escape thee. So damn right, man. We taking heed to the apostles, man, because they got a lot of experience. It says, and if thou seest a man of understanding, get thee beat times unto him. That means the word beat times means early, man. Don't don't hesitate. All right. It says, and let thy foot wear the steps of his door. That's the part I love, man. Sometimes, hey man, if there's a wise brother up in your camp, you're supposed to get on his nerves, man. Damn, this brother always asking questions. Damn, man. Guess what? That means he got to get sharper, man. That's gonna make him sharp because he know you gonna constantly be asking him questions. Continuing on, it says, because that's like a two-edged sword. Everybody gets sharper. It says, let thy mind be upon the ordinances of Yahweh, and meditate continually in his commandments. He shall establish thine heart and give thee wisdom at thy own desire. See? Diligence, man. Diligence. Diligence. Let me see what this is real quick. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, verse 12. It says, wisdom is glorious and never fadeth away. Yea, she is easily seen of them that love her, and found of such as seek her. See? Gotta constantly seek this knowledge, man. Keep your eye on the prize. Keep your eyes single. Hey, but with that, Lord willing, brothers was edified, man. But hey, man, we doing our best to be apprentices, to become masters, man. Because again, if you worked up under a plumber, you mimic that plumber. You are his apprentice. Matter of fact, Salaki, my bad. Let me go here. This is the word apprentice in dictionary.com. It said a person who works for another in order to learn a trade. Our stock in trade is knowledge, wisdom, understanding of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. It says history or historical, a person legally bound through indenture to a master craftsman in order to learn a trade. Right. See, the master. All right. Because all right. Now, this is another one. A learner, a novice. Tyro. See? The word there, though, novice. That's why the apostles always constantly saying, you brothers are novice. We're novice. We're novice. We're novice. Why? Because we're mimicking. We're doing more mimicking. And ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Like the scripture said, mark the perfect man. Don't get mad at us. Get mad at the scriptures, man. We just doing what the scriptures told us to do. We mark the perfect man. All right? And when you're a novice, man, you don't know no better. And that's that. All right? So we're striving to become masters, man. We're stewards, man. You know, like the scriptures talk about in Matthews. You know, but with that, all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the elect, man. The church of the firstborn.